We keep rolling.
And
The most intriguing, we're just giving you reasons to be intrigued about the upcoming EuroLeague season. And I'm really intrigued because the feedback
what are you so intrigued about in us?
the feedback I was getting, like, there are numerous new players going to the EuroLeague from different markets. And that's what actually makes this EuroLeague exciting, because at some point we all felt that those guys are just changing teams. They're just increasing their salaries, but it's basically the same talent pool. It's like unmoved waters, it's not going to go work well, if that continues like that. And the number of newcomers from the NBA, from the other markets, should be maybe not all-time high, but a significant spark compared to the few previous seasons.
And I will add, how many of those guys are young is what's exciting, because that's what we were missing. We used to get these names from the NBA.
Old butts.
Yeah, let's say, the Serge Ibakas, the Kemba Walkers, big names, but that's what's left of that
Old
player.
EuroLeague butts as well, because our stars are getting older.
Yeah, so everyone's getting old. And now we're getting some influx of young talent. If we could just look at our tier list, we're going to do a tier list of these rookies of the EuroLeague and how excited we are about
There are way more rookies than that.
Just
exciting
10.
rookies.
We're
But we
doing
picked 10. Yeah.
So, Donatas, you picked Richaun Holmes. Tell me what you think about him, and where would you like to put him in this tier list? How excited are you?
It's an excitement tier list, right?
I would say our personal excitement about these guys, yes.
Yeah. Richaun Holmes, I think he's a bit underrated signing for Panathinaikos. He didn't make such a big noise as Valanciunas saga, him being between Denver and Athens. But I think he shouldn't be, he should be recognized more, because fit-wise, I think he could be even a better fit than Jonas Valanciunas. He fits Pau's culture so well. He's really bouncy player, a lot of effort in his game, a lot of highlights, and he reminds me of Matthias Lesor. And that's the funny part of that thing, because Matthias Lesor is still out. No one knows when he's going to return. I think when Panathinaikos invests that much in this position, it means that it might be later than sooner. Some EuroLeague, let's say, decision makers said that they put hell of a money to get Richaun Holmes. So I think that he will play big minutes, and that's what matters to Richaun Holmes a lot, because the feedback I was getting from the NBA people was that when he was playing big role, he was happy, he was contributing, he was really solid and efficient for the team. But he had a tough time to deal with some limited role, limited minutes, especially in situations where he proved himself already before. In Sacramento, before Sabonis trade happened, he was actually averaging over 15 points and 10 rebounds per game for Sacramento in the first 2 months of the season. So he can play. His floater is crazy. I mean, I don't know who else has this floater among bigs in the EuroLeague. And another reason to be excited about Richaun Holmes is his mom being active on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know this
Laetitia, sorry for the wrong pronunciation, but Laetitia Holmes is really active. During NBA games, she was questioning coach's decisions, Richaun's role, and he's really active. She's really active, and she already posted something like, "My son will take the storm to the EuroLeague. Say what you want, but EuroLeague will not be the same. My family is excited for this chapter in his life. Let's go, pal." So, I mean, when you put all things into consideration, his mom tweeting, it has to be S tier.
Okay. I like it. S tier, let's go. Next up, we got Devonte Graham. A guy that's in his NBA career he's a second rounder. He never got a big role, but when he played for a team like Charlotte, who was tanking at the time, he did get one time where he was the guy and he was scoring 18 points a game. And that's what I think is exciting about this guy coming in to Crvena Zvezda, who lost their one of the guys that has been the face and the leader from the guards, Nemanja Nedovic. Now they get Devonte Graham, which I expect to have a season where he gets the keys to the offense. And he is a great scorer in terms of, like a microwave. He can he can turn up and then score 20, 30 points a game. In the NBA. In EuroLeague, it's going to be different, but he can shoot. He takes a lot of shots, not the best selection of shots sometimes, but he's that golden height of a EuroLeague scorer, let's say 185 centimeters, the 6 foot. We know how Mike James can score. We know
how much you like Vasilis Toliopoulos, so we're talking about Devontae Graham.
Yeah. And yeah, my expectation is that he's potentially one of these, even though he's not like the youngest player now, he's about 30 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
Still young by the EuroLeague standard.
But I have an expectation that this is going to be one of those scorers we'll be talking about this whole season. Like, wow, see what this guy did. Like this individual talent that this guy has is on another level compared to, not another level. There's guys on his level in the EuroLeague, but on another level than an average EuroLeague player. So whenever we get individual skills and talent, I think I'm excited. I'm not putting him in A.
Oof, okay.
But I would put him at A. Sorry, I am putting him in A, not S.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I would also have him at A because the feedback I was getting from the NBA people who I questioned about his potential fit in the EuroLeague, the answer was like, if he's healthy, he might be cooking.
Yeah.
He might be the superstar of the EuroLeague. So we kind of complain about Red Star not being a must-watch material because of their track record, of their winning record in the previous seasons. Devontae Graham might be a game changer for Red Star in their, first of all, playoff aspirations. So good player.
The other side of Belgrade, Shake Milton.
Shake Milton, another player who's going to shake up things in Belgrade. The feedback again is crazy. And actually, in terms of all the EuroLeague offseason, we had a lot of changes, a lot of transfers, big-time signings, a lot of decision makers, people from EuroLeague community from the teams think that he is underrated superstar potential player in the EuroLeague. He might be the one we are going to talk. People think that he might be the one who will transform into Kendrick Nunn's importance player if things go well. Okay. There are reasons to think that things might go well. He's still quite young. He's 28 years old. His numbers in the NBA are solid. 7 years in the NBA.
He's only 28 for the next 4 days, less
he's
than
29. He averaged 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 2.5 assists in his 7-year NBA career. He's a mid-range king. He can create his own shots. Great size. We all know the track record of big guards or big perimeter players playing under Željko Obradović. So I think it might be a player will be talking a lot and loudly. So
that's why I like the most size, by the way.
He proved himself in the preseason already. I saw him scoring 21 against Sydney Kings, 16 against Maccabi, 14 against Virtus, 17 against PAOK. Against Panathinaikos, he was limited to 5 points, but when you only watch him playing, you could see that he can make any shot from any place on the court. So he might be a hell of a player.
So what, S or A? I would put him in the same category as Devontae Graham because I don't know whose potential is actually bigger. I like his the size itself. Just is you can tell he could be a forward in the EuroLeague, really, Shake Milton. But I'm not sure if I'm.
To me, he's S tier.
Okay, well, it's your
playing in Belgrade in this fired environment. This is
your pick, so I allow you. Next, for my picks is one of our personal favorites. We actually went to Chicago this year actually, in the winter, and we came to see Matas Buzelis play, a Lithuanian guy. But in those 3 games that we watched, the guy that left the biggest impression for me, besides Zach LaVine, who was scoring 30 points in each game, was Talen Horton-Tucker, because at some point, this guy does not look like a professional basketball player. He is a bigger guy, maybe not in the best shape if you compare his pictures of the rookie year and right
if you compare him to a standard point guard or a guard, right?
His body is more of a power forward body with a 6'4", which is 194 centimeter height. But he's a true baller. Like the skill set this guy has, the ball handle. He was playing with the ball much more than I expected, actually, because when I saw him, I expected him to play like a small forward position for the Bulls and, like maybe stand in the corner, shoot a 3. But he's a great playmaker. He plays with the ball. He creates a shot for himself very well and for others. I mean, I'm excited to see how that's going to translate to a Shara system. But I think when they lost Nigel Hayes-Davis, who, was also able to create a shot for himself, I think this is going to be very exciting to watch. And you'll see a true baller in THT.
Another superstar material, really.
Yeah.
The feedback, again, I'm getting... Maybe there's a reason why we're picking top 10 newcomers, and there are a lot of exciting names, and I already feel bad about putting most of them in the S tier. But he's really S tier material to me.
Also,
another superstar upside player. EuroLeague is not ready for his size.
Yeah.
The question is if he's ready for Sharas and different mindset in the EuroLeague. So how is he going to approach playing with the teammates, playing with Wade Baldwin already on the team, the guy who carries the load as well. So, but it brings only excitement. So Taylor Horton-Tucker is S-tier material.
Who's next? Because I don't recognize the face.
That's a good thing. I think that people will recognize his face, first of all, more, and will learn his name. We're talking about Jeff Doughton, who Maccabi Tel Aviv pickup, who was born in Marlboro, Maryland, which I checked a few times, had a population of 700 people.
Wow.
700.
Wow.
Not 700,000, not 7 million, 700. And it impacted his rise in US, college ranks and stuff. But he managed to prove himself. He managed to make it to the NBA. Yeah, he played 4 games for Orlando, 4 for Golden State, 1 for Milwaukee, 25 for Toronto, and 53 for Philly in 2 seasons. You could call him a journeyman, but the ability that picked him from nowhere, basically he was cut from his AO team, and he made it to the NBA only because of his effort, work, confidence, and just having those qualities of being a really good point guard and floor general to his team. He's also a great scorer. And when Jeff Doughton was signed, I was like, okay, who is this guy? I was not familiar with him, but the feedback I was getting, like, watch out for the guy. He might be really good for Maccabi, and he was already playing well for Maccabi in the preseason. He's a scoring machine. 18 points in 18 minutes against Israeli team, 19 points in 19 minutes against Zenit, 19 points in 27 minutes against Partizan, 15 against Bnei Herzliya. And when everyone thinks that Lonnie Walker will be a guy, watch out for this guy, Jeff Doughton.
Okay. So where's he in your excitement? Still probably a bit less than ANS, right?
He's not a big name coming to the EuroLeague. So he's coming to a team which will play half of their games in an empty gym. He might be a little bit underrated. I'm quite high about him, but still probably in this general consensus, he should be B.
Or C.
Since you go for C and I'm saying B, I go for my guy B.
Okay, B. Next up, I got Trey Lyles to offer for you. As a former big man of basketball, since I was always put in that position and I really liked rebounding, I like my fellow rebounders, power forwards, undersized bigs, and that's what Trey Lyles is. But he is very offensively skilled. He can score in multiple ways. He's actually a name I didn't expect to see in the EuroLeague, to be honest. I thought he had, even though not a very clear role in the NBA, but I always saw him in like backup 4 or 5 in the NBA, and I thought that's what he's gonna keep playing there. But, he's coming. He's not the most athletic guy, but like I said, offensively talented, both from the post he can score, from the close range he can shoot the mid-range, he can, if needed, shoot the 3 sometimes. He is, an undersized sort of a 5, so in the Real Madrid team, I think without the 3-second rule and with less athleticism than you have in the NBA, he'll be fine. And I think he'll have a great career in the EuroLeague. But of course, the only thing is about him is that he's in Real Madrid. So this is not like this team that you can, like, for example, Munich Bayern, where you come in as a newcomer and there's not many expectations, not much of a culture or something like that, where the newcomers get to warm their feet. With Real Madrid, you're thrown into the strongest league of the domestic leagues. You're also, have the expectations to make the Final Four as Real Madrid, because that's what Real Madrid is about. It's about winning. So I don't know if the pressure might put him out of the rotations as much as I would like to see him on the court, but I really like his potential as a new big in the EuroLeague market. So,
especially as someone who can play a 4 position, and in the EuroLeague, that's a new point guard. Let's say a very valuable position.
Yeah,
and he fits. I mean, he does a lot of things at a very solid level. He can shoot, he can play at a low post, he has a good basketball IQ, and those guys usually in the EuroLeague, they thrive. I think he might be having a great season. He might be an underrated signing for Madrid.
Yeah, I agree. But would you put him at A or B? Because that's what I'm thinking. Like,
since it's Madrid, they have so many stars on their team. It's not like this signing made a huge noise in Europe. Probably it's B.
Yeah, I agree. And I was leaning B anyways.
Like, Devonte Graham can shift the whole trajectory of Red Star, right? I'm not sure if this kind of description fits to him. So,
what's next? Brandon Boston?
Somebody who can shift something in the EuroLeague is for sure Brandon Boston.
Okay.
Again, I will reveal this conversation I have with the NBA agent. This has to be fake news. There's no way that Brandon Boston is coming to Europe. Few weeks later, Brandon Boston is signing with Fenerbahce. The reaction just says that he was too good for the EuroLeague. And the agent told me, like, I don't know what's going on in his life for him to go to Europe, but it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's not life-related, but it's just the reality of the NBA. And he wants to get his stock back in the NBA by performing really well in the EuroLeague, something that many EuroLeague greats did already. And he is in an interesting position, though. The fit is the biggest question mark that I have. Fenerbahce, Šarūnas Jasikevičius, EuroLeague champions, some established core, established concept and setup of the team. But the talent level is undeniable. Again, another superstar potential material. I mean,
24 years old, I think.
24 years old.
23 even.
He can score from everywhere. Great size for the EuroLeague. Great worth ethics. If Nigel Hayes-Davis, at first he was a fan of late night workouts, midnight workouts. Now I saw him on Instagram having those LeBron James type of workouts at 4 in the morning. Brandon Boston is also a morning guy. He wakes up and goes to the practice at 6 in the morning, works hard, takes 1,500 shots every day. He can kill.
So are you putting him in the S tier too?
I'm thinking about S tier. The thing to be concerned is his preseason track record so far. 7 points against Milan, 3 against Red Star, 10 against Ajax, 5 against the Turkish team, 13 against Dubai, 10 against Galatasaray.
Doesn't sound like superstar
It doesn't sound, but
so
it will take time. He is the guy who definitely requires some adjustment, both mental and just skill-wise, how to play with the others in the team that is oriented for winning.
So both Fener guys we put up top, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Next, I got Zlatko Cancar for Milan, signing that, for us Europeans, obviously we remember Zlatko Cancar from the Slovenian national team. But if you're just an NBA fan, you probably, even though you can follow the Denver Nuggets, in the playoffs and all that, but you probably don't really see much of Cancar on the court.
I think they think that we're morons right now.
How come?
Because we're bringing him to the top 10 newcomers of the most exciting newcomers.
It's not the most exciting. It's just
most exciting. Yeah, something that excites us.
Yeah, but there's a reason there's a S to D.
Okay,
we'll have to put someone somewhere.
Did you bring his name only to have somebody at the D?
Look, I said,
wow.
I don't expect much from Zlatko Cancar, but what I do expect is, this is it's a paradox. I expect him to make my low expectations sound bad later.
So you have expectations. Expectations aren't low.
My expectations are that, he hasn't played basketball in a while, and who knows how he's going to look in the Milano team that has a lot of players, blah, 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 a lot of guys, not sure what the vibes are going to be, all that. But thing is, we've seen him be valuable for Slovenia, 12 points, 4 rebounds or so, when he was healthy, playing for Slovenia with Luka, that stretching ability at the 4. He's tall, he has he has a good shooting mechanic, not necessarily the best percentages in his career for some reason.
He's a shooting threat.
But he's a shooter. Like he's a shooter. He can stretch the floor. Like you said, the 4 position in the EuroLeague is short of players. So I think, also in this league, he'll be less vulnerable defensively because there's more helps coming, the tighter spacing, also less athleticism. Although a lot of these guys we're adding, they got athleticism, but still, he's going to be less vulnerable than he was in those open spaces in the NBA. So I think he's going to get to play more. He's European, and I'm expecting him to at least go over my initial expectation that he's going to be trash. So I'm going to put him at D with the potential to rise. But
there's no other way, basically. If you're a D, there's no other way.
There's F. There's F, but this ranking does not include F, because this is
that's interesting.
Excitement.
There's no F. Wow.
Because this is all excitement, right? Okay. I'm excited to see a Slovenian in the EuroLeague. Not many of those we have.
The most underrated signing of the offseason.
Might be, and that's why I'm saying he's in this list in the first place.
The most disrespected player.
He's not.
I feel really bad, but Latko.
He works for our social media team.
You're gonna see. You're gonna watch. Okay.
Anyways, 2 more.
The guy who you cannot call him underrated, but the guy who was basically written off of the NBA, Kai Jones. Mm-hmm. Are you aware of his history?
I don't know his history. No, what's his
So
history?
he's the 19th pick of the 2021 NBA draft. So just 4 years ago, he was only 3 picks above Alperen Şengün, extremely talented and skilled player, and one of his first highlights of his career, of course, it happened not in his rookie summer league experience, but he dunked over Victor Wembanyama, crazy poster dunk that went viral. A lot of viral plays, this talent package, upside, potential, everything. Highlight material for sure. And the EuroLeague, for the EuroLeague fans, we all know Dante Hall.
Yeah.
Just add some more ball handling and quickness to Dante Hall. That's what you get in Kai Jones. The problem is that before his third season, before his second or third NBA season, he started posting some, let's say, bizarre stuff on social media, including some bizarre Instagram lives.
I'm starting to recollect.
A lot of people thought that he was intoxicated or on drugs. He didn't look normal, There was a lot of concerning stuff on social media, including him just painting random stuff on his walls at home. Tweets that he's better than prime Shaq. He would beat LeBron one-on-one. Confidence is good, but there should be, measurement levels of that confidence. So a lot of bizarre stuff happened. He actually requested a trade on social media as well. He deleted the post, but Hornets waived the guy 2 days later. And we're talking about the guy who played 2 seasons in the NBA, 19th pick of the NBA draft. Usually NBA teams are kind of understanding that it's an asset that you can at least trade for. Now, they just waived the guy. He actually still got a job in LA Clippers and Dallas. And in 12 or 16 games last season for Dallas, he was averaging 11 points, 7 rebounds, almost 1 steal and 1 block in 22 minutes per game in 12 appearances. So there's for sure a lot of talent. Very
just the mental stuff that's
interesting kid,
right?
by the way.
Yeah.
Very open to a lot of things.
Yeah.
His heart, his ideas might be interesting to EuroLeague fans, for all those, sad people and angry people. He will look different. But how is he's going to fit? One of his problems was that the feedback I was getting, he thinks that he's basically KD. Mm-hmm. But
if he doesn't shoot like KD,
he can do a lot of things, but not at this level.
Not there. The strengths he has is his athleticism.
He can play face to the basket.
Yeah.
He can play with the ball. Yeah.
But it's not shooting.
And it's not like all those teams expected him to be KD. They saw him in a limited role.
Yeah.
Can he thrive in a limited role?
But it's just
what is his approach going to be about? You're coming to Europe. Probably he expected to be the greatest player in his team in Charlotte. Now he's going to Istanbul. I'm not sure if he's aware of the names playing on that roster. So the expectations, the approach, the mentality. Igor Kokoshkov, of course, coming from the NBA.
Helps.
He's known for managing personalities. That's what happened in Slovenia national team, for instance. That might help. Might help his transition. But for sure, talent-wise and even, story-wise, content-wise, that's a guy to follow.
And just, otherworldly athleticism, that's what you're going to see. I remember his dunks. Like, this is going to be, like you said, Dante Hall, but his physical toolkit that he has, he's 6'11", which is 2 meters 11 centimeters tall, but his wingspan is over 2 meters 20 something. That's insane.
And he's so bouncy.
He can block and he can dunk. It'll be exciting.
EuroLeague social media team should be excited.
So where are you putting him, exciting wise?
To me, it's B.
It's B. Okay, I agree with B.
Between an A.
Because you don't know what you're going to get. Exactly. Just because of expectations.
It's not like FS wants him to play a big role. He came as a replacement for Vincent Pornier. He signed a partially guaranteed contract. After 5 months, FS might cut him. But if he proves himself, he might actually end up returning to the NBA. So there's a lot of, let's say, worldwide potential if he's doing well here.
All right, finally we got Ąžuolas Tubelis, our Lithuanian guy, and this might not be the name that many of you know because he's played in Rytas Vilnius for majority of his European career after his American days in the college. He played for Arizona there. He was scoring almost 20 points and 9 rebounds in that college in his third year there. Then he went to the NBA draft. Then he was undrafted in 2023. Got signed to Philadelphia on a 2-way contract and then got cut right before the season started. So then he returned to Europe. He returned to Rytas, to where he was raised, let's say, the youth system. And he played first season in the Lithuanian league for a Klaipėda team where he was very dominant. Like for that season, he was one of the best players in the Lithuanian league. He proved his worth. He came to Rytas. He continued playing well. And then that summer, after the first year in Rytas, he got to the Lithuanian national team for the first time, debuted there pretty well. Then another season went by, and now he signed with Žalgiris. He also has now played for the Lithuanian national team in the EuroBasket.
He had a great year,
great
getting those
tournaments, except for one game against the Greek team, but otherwise a great tournament. So he's been on a rise. He's a young player. He's talented offensively. He can stretch the floor, although not very
Greek
consistently.
fans are laughing right now.
Yeah, but
he was 0 from 10.
Doesn't matter.
He can make an improvement in that area.
Yeah, and just he plays with the ball. He gets at the rim. Like he's an aggressive guy. He has that confidence within himself. So I'm expecting another great year from him. But the thing is with him is that he did go from one arch rival to the other, from Vilnius Rytas to Žalgiris Kaunas. And essentially what's happening now, which is crazy, you guys probably won't believe this, but the Žalgiris Kaunas fan base is boycotting some of the games, not directly because of the signing, but partially due to it, because this was another thing that Žalgiris management did wrong, according to the Ultras. And now they're not going to support them in the home games for the next, I don't remember how many games. But
the biggest reason is because the guy was jumping on Žalgiris logo when he was 17th.
He was being disrespectful because he probably never thought he'll play for Žalgiris, being from Vilnius, being, in the
Just
Rytas
being
system.
17,
being 17, essentially,
think forward a lot.
Yeah, so this whole added story on top of what a great prospect Ąžuolas Tubelis is what's intriguing for me as a Lithuanian, as a Žalgiris supporter.
Might be another highlight material for the EuroLeague.
Also, he dunks a lot. He can block the ball. He's a big body inside, and whenever we get a newcomer, a new young guy in the pool of these EuroLeague players, I'm excited. And when it's a European, I'm even more excited. So that's why I included him in my the 5 that I selected. I would put him at C. There's not much hype. There's more hype about him for me than about Vlatko Cancar.
Wow.
I don't care, man.
I will agree with this Tubelis pick for the C, because just again show how underrated Vlatko Cancar is. And just I'm gonna bring back those tier lists in the middle of the season and the end of the season, just to show them.
I said he has all the potential to shatter all the bad expectations from others.
Watch Vlatko, watch.
So those are our excitement levels of the upcomers.
I actually had a bonus pick that I forgot to include. We won't, but let's say this is a bonus pick.
Okay.
Jean Montero from Valencia. Super young Dominican Republic point guard. He's 21 years old. He was one of the most sought after in Valencia. That's the thing. He played in Valencia, but now he's just making his EuroLeague debut now he's 22. He was born in July 3rd. So he's just making his EuroLeague debut, but half of the EuroLeague wanted him this offseason. He was under the contract with Valencia, but they had to improve his conditions to keep him because teams were ready to buy millions for his buyout. But Jean Montero is the guy to watch. You mentioned we're rooting for young players in the EuroLeague to perform. This guy has so much upside, and he might be the future EuroLeague star for sure. So having the big role in Valencia, the keys of the team, that's a newcomer to follow for sure.
Alrighty.
Hopefully we helped our fantasy players to get ready for the season.
Those dark horse picks, let's say, because our team that's made the pricing of the players, they're not as familiar with these guys.
They're not well informed about some guys, I think.
So these are some
sleeper. Not only Vlatko Cancar might be underrated in that fantasy game.
I'm not sure. The sleeper picks that you might get in your fantasy team on fantasy.basketnews.com and dominate the competition. Win 3,000 euros if you're number 1. 700 if you're number 2 in the whole season in the classic mode, or 300 if you're third. Basically a 4,000 euro prize pool. Plus there are monthly prizes, there are roundly prizes, like you get merchandise.
Too many prizes, man.
Well, you gotta play to win. How much money we spend
for those prizes? That's crazy.
I don't know, but it's just some incentives for you guys to join our initiatives with the fantasy. We have a new pricing system that also includes popularity of the players. We have wild cards that shake it up, where you can make your bench score 100% of the points. You can make your captain score triple. You can make unlimited transfers in one round. So basically, a lot of new things coming into the fantasy game. Make sure to check it out at fantasy.com, fantasy.basketnews.com. And also
get used to our EuroLeague clips.
Yeah,
we're going to post them daily. We might arrange some EuroLeague watch parties, actually, some new feature that might appear on our channel, just as we did during the Eurobasket. We're going to test. We're going to check the temperature in the room. But get used to us posting about EuroLeague more.